with a message.
Can I have your first and your last name?
Amelia Vanderbilt.
Are you not well, ma'am, or you just woke up?
No, I'm fine. How are you?
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm very good. Thank you very much. And, ma'am, just hold on for a second. Just hold on for a second, okay, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
And for the verification purpose, ma'am, give me a second. Yes. Ma'am, can you please repeat your name, please? Your first and your last name? Hello?
Yes. Amelia Vanderbilt.
Okay, Miss Vanderbilt, just give me a second. My system is working a bit slow, okay? So that's what the reason is taking with Miss Vanderbilt.
Also, federal officer, do you understand law? Are you an attorney? Do you understand law, ma'am? Then how does law work?
Oh my goodness. What's going on?
Okay, Miss Vanderbilt, I'm so sorry for that. One of my higher restitution officer was talking to someone else. Now, Miss Vanderbilt, could you please help me out to verify your social security number, please?
Okay. And what is your name?
My name is Dan Miller. I am with the Social Security Administration
Dan.
Legal Department from the headquarters at which Miller.
Dan Miller. And you're calling from...
Employee ID number is 95480, ma'am. Write it down. I'll provide you each and everything. Don't worry.
Okay.
Employee ID number is 95480.
Okay.
Okay. I am with the Social Security Administration office with the headquarters, which is located in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, you're in Maryland.
Yes, in the headquarters, ma'am. Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. The last four digits are 2561.
Mm-hmm. Your current mailing address, please, Ms. Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Okay. 725 Fifth Avenue.
Hold on. Mm-hmm.
In New York, New York, 10022.
Sure. Just bear with me for a second. And now you have my information with you, right, Ms. Vanderbilt? Now, before I go ahead, I would like to inform you that the lines which we are currently talking is being federally recorded and monitored by the Social Security Administration, higher authorities, as well as with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and by the U.S. Marshal, okay? So whatever the conversation will go on is being federally recorded, okay? So now, while I'm talking, ma'am, you are not at all allowed to interrupt me in between. I will give you a fair enough chance to speak and raise your questions, okay?
Okay, who's recording it?
The Social Security Administration higher authorities, as well as with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the U.S. Marshal, okay? Because they are the one who has filed a legal lawsuit against you.
There's a lawsuit? Why would there be a lawsuit?
Because, ma'am, that's what the point is. I'm going to let you know, okay? The reason you were contacted today was to inform you regarding some legal enforcement actions has been filed on your social security number, and we got the orders to suspend your social at this right moment. because we have found out many suspicious activities done on your social. So do you have any idea regarding this thing, ma'am?
Do I have any idea that someone has done something with my social security number?
Have you ever tried to share your social with any of the third party, ma'am, like with your friends, family members, or your relatives?
Oh dear. Dear, no. No, they have their own numbers.
Have you ever been to Texas?
To Texas?
Mm-hmm.
I have a first husband who has moved there many years ago. He's down there.
Now you were okay. Now were you staying alone, or you have the second husband, or all the stuff?
No, I have a third husband.
Sorry?
I have a third husband.
Oh, you have a third husband. Okay. Okay. Now, ma'am, because what happened over here, that we are talking about the issue, the Federal Bureau of Investigation headquarters we're having a strong evidence that they are enough to prove that you're guilty inside the courthouse, because at this point of what happened over here, the investigation has been started day before yesterday when they had found one abandoned car in the southern border of Texas, and the car contained some blood and the drug reduces inside it. Hence, after the investigation, they had found that the car was rented under your name and under your personal social information, ma'am. Yes, there were two addresses linked up with the title of the vehicle.
That would probably be my first husband, because he's always after my my money.
Okay, ma'am, I'm not finished yet.
Even with our first divorce, he wanted he got the best lawyers, and he got the most out of me he could get.
Was he a drug addict?
You know, I have no idea. He still tries to call me because we have a child together, but he doesn't have custody. Custody, I do.
Okay, you have your child custody, right?
I do.
Okay. Now, ma'am, under your name and under your social security number, the place was raided by the U.S. Marshal, and unfortunately there was no one inside that residence, but they have recovered 67 pounds of cocaine, which was an abusive drug, and some documentation from the financial institution such as Chase Bank, Bank of America, U.S., Federal Credit Union, and there are several other banks, as well as there are 22 credit cards has been found out, which everything is listed under your name, ma'am. And the entire paperwork has your name, and thousands of dollars have been wired from the bank account locally as well as internationally, which totally seems suspicious to us. That was the reason we, Social Security Administration, have the orders from the Texas Security Office to file a case against you
I'm quite shocked. I'm truly discombobulated. I don't even know what to say.
Not a problem, ma'am. Now, at this point of time, ma'am, I would like to ask you some other questions. Say, according to the law, ma'am, we have the evidence over here to prove you guilty. Okay? That's what according to by law, by seeing the paperwork and everything, we have the evidence
to prove me guilty.
But what makes you in another option, which we can say that when we did your background check into the National Criminal Database System, right, we had seen there is no legal lawsuit has ever been filed against you by any of the companies or any government offices, or there is no physical alteration cases been founded under your records, ma'am. So this proves us that might be your identity has been stolen by someone. So at that point of time, ma'am, when you had applied, when you had taken the divorce from your first husband, ma'am, have you ever, when you were in a relationship with him, have you ever tried to share your numbers, your identity with them?
With my first or second husband? No, no.
First
They
husband,
they
ma'am,
were all
who is
they
with
were all
with
wealthy
text.
men. They have their own. The only thing I can think of is both of my husbands. They had their enemies. They're businessmen, you know. So the only thing I could think of is they had. One of them, or I think it's my first husband. You know, he has an enemy, or more than one enemy. He always has, you know. So he would have to get. I would have to call him, and he would have to get this straightened out. How they got my name is.
That's what the reason is over here, ma'am. We are
But see, I'm out of this because my number's private.
Ma'am,
Everything about me is private.
we understand, ma'am. We understand that thing, right? But being sitting on the Department of the Social Security and the federal government, ma'am, you have to understand that thing very clearly. That the government is, why should we talk about the third one else? At this point of time, I'm giving you a fair enough chance to speak and to talk with me. But once we gonna suspend your everything, because under your name, ma'am, as I told you that we had found out 10 different bank accounts and 22 credit cards. My first question is to you at this point of time, ma'am. Do you really have 10 different bank accounts with a different bank and 22 credit cards?
Actually, yes.
You really have 10 different bank accounts and 22 credit cards?
Yes. And I have offshore accounts.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I have offshore accounts. Do you not recognize the name Vanderbilt?
No.
Do you live in the United States?
Yeah, I live in the United States. I'm located in Maryland itself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a very private person. I don't understand how you got this number and why I was given this message. See, my assistant is just hired for the day, and I think he didn't screen this message very well. I think he would have given it to my attorney. So why he gave it to me, I don't know.
Okay, you have an attorney, right?
I have many.
Okay. Now at this point of time, ma'am, I would like to ask you with how many banks you deal with and with how many credit cards you personally deal with, ma'am, which is registered under your name. Because at this point of time, we have the orders to suspend everything. We understand whomsoever has stolen your identity, ma'am. As you have to understand, if you're a famous person, then obviously you personally also have an enemy.
No, I live quietly.
I understand, ma'am, you live quietly, but when you had taken a divorce, then definitely you had taken an alimony amount to take care of your kid. Or might be.
I mean, I'm a very private person. No one has been able to really.
Ma'am, we understand your thing, ma'am, but coming to the point at this point of time, how many bank accounts you personally deal with?
Well, off the top of my head, there's a New York Community Bank.
Hold on.
There's the First National Bank of Long Island.
Hold on.
There's Berkshire Bank.
Hold on.
Ridgewood Savings Bank. Glen Falls National Bank and Trust Company. Northfield Bank.
And
Adirondack Bank.
which one?
Adirondack Bank. Bank of Castile. Bank of Greene County. This is just off the top of my head. The Lions National Bank. LYONS. Catskill Hudson Bank. The Adirondack Trust Company.
Hold on.
Amalgamated Bank. Saratoga National Bank and Trust. Walkill Valley Federal Savings and Loan. I'm sure I'm missing some.
That's okay. And how many credit cards you personally deal with, which you are currently having with you?
Well, for all of these banks, I do a lot of. I do a lot of shopping, and we travel a lot. We have banks.
Okay. So, ma'am, coming to each and every bank, ma'am, what do you think? What balance you have in each bank, roughly?
Probably hundreds of thousands in each. Could be more.
100. Okay, 100,000 each bank, right? Okay. Now, ma'am, we have the orders to suspend this accounts, ma'am. So, would you like to save your each account, or you want to suspend everything?
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
And the funds will go directly, and the funds will directly go to the U.S. Treasury Department, and you will not get any single amount from that.
Well, I will tell you one thing. I know that my children are all waiting to die for my money. So it'd be nice to be able to hide it somehow. I change my will often.
Sorry?
I change my will often because I hear them talking and I know sometimes I think they poison my food, and they know, I have agoraphobia, so they know I can't leave. I live in the West Wing, so they know that.
And you can, okay, but do you drive a vehicle? Do you drive a car?
Sir, I have I told you what I told you. I told you my illness. I have agoraphobia.
Sorry?
I have agoraphobia. I have a driver. I have a maid. I have an assistant, so my driver can go. I trust him.
No, ma'am. But at this point of time, we cannot allow the third party. So you do an online transfer, right?
I can have my assistant do that. I have people. I have people to do everything. I don't do anything on my own.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, at this point of time, we understand that you are going from a very sick disease and everything, and you cannot do that thing. But online, you have to do it by your own. You can do that, right?
Sir, I don't know how. I have people that have waited on me since I was a child.
No, not an issue. We will help you out for that. You don't have to do anything. We will help you out. Can you just hold on for a second, ma'am? Are you there, ma'am?
I'm here.
Ms. Vanderbilt?
I'm here.
Yeah, just hold on for a second, okay?
It's Mrs.
Just hold on for a second,
Mrs.
okay?
Vanderbilt.
Yes, Miss. Okay, I'm sorry, Mrs. Vanderbilt. Okay, just hold on for a second. And how far is your bank? Where is your assistant or where is your driver at this point of time?
And they're always on hand.
They're always on hand. Okay. And who will do this work on behalf of you?
My driver or my assistant.
Okay. And okay. In the community credit union, ma'am, what is the balance you told you have?
Probably $500,000, maybe more.
$500,000? Okay. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Now, ma'am, take your community credit. Can you please take your debit card for the community bank?
Well, I'll have to have my assistant get it.
Can you please tell her? Yeah, not an issue.
It's a mail.
It's okay. Can you please transfer this call to them?
I'm sorry?
Can you please hand over this phone to them so we can have a word?
I'm sorry?
Can you please transfer this call to your assistant, ma'am?
Oh, no, he doesn't take care of my calls. Not anything like
No,
this.
you just said.
I give him the orders.
Okay. Can you tell him to take the first card of the community bank, debit card?
Of the community
but not
bank? Okay.
Yes. Community credit union.
Peters. I need you. I'm on the phone. We have
You said
many
Peter, why
dogs.
your dog is barking, ma'am?
Yes, many.
Yeah.
Peters,
Yeah.
please find my community bank cards. Okay. So what is the next step?
Okay. Can you just start reading? Ma'am, can you tell your dog to please stop barking at this point of time?
I'm sorry?
Ma'am, can I give you a call back within 10 minutes? 10 minutes? Can I give you a call back?
Sure.
Miss Vanderbilt?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Mrs.
Thank you.
Vanderbilt.
Yes, Mrs. Vanderbilt. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.